This video was taken from our Live at 5 show over on Patreon. If you would like to come and join us on Patreon for all the exclusive videos and live shows every day, the link is in the description. James says, would you, and he's actually spelt it, use. I like that. I like that. Would you take Sidibe at 12 million? Personally, would take him, but only as a squad player. Definitely think we can do better for a first choice right back. Go on, give you this one, Baz.
I think he's excellent. I think defensively he's not great, but attacking fullbacks very rarely are great defensively. For 12, it depends who we could get. If we could get a young right back who was excellent, like Hakimi, who's just about to finish his 2-year loan at Dortmund in the summer and go back to Madrid. If he was like available, then he's fantastic. Whether Everton could get him is a different thing, but someone like him is fantastic and play right and left, both feet, really good. But I think when you look around, I like Max Aarons at Norwich, but is he better than Sidibe?
Is he all that?
Don't know. Potentially, he's probably got the potential to be, because he's a young lad and he's very good. So I don't know, because the issue that we would have, you're saying take him as a squad player, which is fine. But then I don't see Seamus Coleman leaving the club in the summer. I think Seamus will be here I think he'll be like Baines, basically. He'll be here as a backup. So then if you've got Sidibe and Seamus, then what happens with John Joe Kenny? We sell John Joe Kenny, say. Then that's fine if you're saying our right back area is okay, is good enough to challenge for European places and higher up, then that's fine, isn't it? You don't want to waste money, but you know, there is good right backs around, good young ones who you know, the pivot tell you that.
I think the way to look at him, the way to look at him is that he does play a lot of games for us. He plays more than Coleman, and I don't know, maybe with a pre-season under his belt with us. I mean, not saying he's not fit and stuff, but maybe a bit of pre-season. If the manager thinks he's got the hallmarks of what he wants, then he might. You
always say he's a French right back. In the French squad a lot. So for 12 million quid, an international right back who already knows the way we play, knows our fans. He's a big physical lad, isn't he?
From a business point of view, I think it makes sense to bring in someone like that with someone, and then I personally think there's a thing in the Echo today talking about John Joe and saying how they're monitoring him all the time, and they know everything about his nutrition and all his stats and everything, and they keep an eye on him. Brands is being over to watch him. And I think we mentioned this yesterday. I'd leave him there for another year. I think another year in Germany would do him the world of good. I really do. Rather than coming back and do you honestly let's flip the question, right? Do you think John Joe Kenny would be Everton starting right back next season if he came back?
No. And if I was John Joe Kenny, I wouldn't come back to Everton having been a starting right back for Schalke and go, I'll try and get in the team. I'd be like, I think if we look at John Joe Kenny and say, you know what, with another 12 months in Germany, or 18 months at the moment in Germany, he potentially could be our number one right back because of the growth, then fine. Do you know what I mean? Then let's do that, because we're protecting our investments in him then. And by then, someone might look and go, well, you know what, by then, Seamus Coleman will be 32. We can let him go.
The overlaps, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, and then if Sidibe then is the one whose place is under threat. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
You know what half the problem is? Half of the problem is the idea of letting Seamus Coleman go. Yeah. That's half of the problem. Is like, at 32, you're thinking he's still got he's got another team in him. And it's that thing of like, he's been an Everton player all his career. Do you really? And I think that's like the fear fact that you always get. But then it's the flip side of that and going, well, if you let him go on too long, it's that thing of people start disliking him.
Well, do you believe he's good enough to be our right back, number one
not
right
our starting right back?
No. So,
but the weird thing is, I'm still a little bit sceptical about Sidibe being. I know he's our starting right back now, but I'm still a bit sceptical about him being our starting right back. And that's the thing we're saying, isn't it? You've got Seamus Coleman and saying, is he good enough to be a squad member? I still think he is good enough to be a squad member. Then you've got John Joe, and then you've got Sidibe. I think, personally, I'd leave John Joe for another year. If they truly believe his development's going the right way, I think another season would do him no harm of first team football. And then for 12 million quid, I think that's...
You almost can't leave him there for that place.
That's low enough, I think, where you go, at 27, that he's worth a gamble. Yeah. He's not even a gamble. You've had him for a year. You know all about him. You know his personality. You know everything about him. He seems to love it at Everton. Listen, footballers always love playing, so but he seems to like it at Everton. He'll probably go into the Euros as the France second choice right back. I mean, that's a big accolade. We'll probably have the first choice left back, and
he's had so far. He's had 5 assists this season.
Going forward,
he'll probably end up with 7 or 8 assists. And that's good from a right full. I put it this way, right? And you might look at it slightly different to me, but you know when you see the team and you see Coleman playing at the moment, you kind of go,
yeah, it did on Saturday.
So in your head, Sidibe's in front of him, isn't
for me, Sidibe's our starting right back, and I think everyone will agree.
Well, let me ask you this then.
Go ahead.
Next season, would you be happy with him to be our first choice right back?
That's the thing, though, isn't it? That's the thing, and then what's the knock-on effect of that? What is the knock-on effect of him being our starting right back? But what I would say is, if we decide to buy him, then what we're doing by that is saying to him, you can be our starting right back. It's up to you. Yeah. But we want more from you, whether it be... What I've noticed is, like Saturday, to me, Carlos looked at that game and gone, we need to target Zaha, and I don't think defensively Sidibe's good enough, and I think Seamus is a better fullback at defensively than Sidibe is. So then what you do, if you... See, what could change completely with this is, right, if you go and get a very mobile centre midfielder, Sidibe never has to play defensively as a right back.
I was thinking about that then. That to me is a bigger issue.
And that's a plan. Yeah. That's your FIFA chemistry thing, isn't it then? Yeah. That's the point, isn't it? If you've got... I think that's why Dean hasn't been as good this season. Because I honestly don't feel like he goes up as much because there's no Garner to cover him. So...
And he also hasn't had someone in front of him.
No, but I think if I don't know whether it be Gabaman or whatever, but I think if we get a centre midfielder who's mobile, I think Sidibe doesn't have to worry as much. Yeah. And then you are looking at your right back as being an attacker all the time. And that might play a part in it. It's how it all links together. It's what the manager wants. What I would say about John Joe, as well, is I don't think he has been as an attacking fullback as much this season, because I think Shell could have sort of almost asked him to just play a little bit further back. When I say that, I mean as an actual right back. He you know, when I've seen them, and Andy might, I think he was telling me this as well, is doesn't tend to get us forward as much, like raiding. So
he's more reserved than what he does. Still go forward, because that's his game. Yeah. If you took that out of him, then he wouldn't be. I don't think he'd be as good. But
let us know in the comments. Let us know whether you'd have him. Yannick has said Sidibe is an absolute steal at 12 million, best current value, provides European and French international experience. He does get caught out of position, but he's guilty moving forward.
Quality moving forward.
He's quality moving. I'm honestly terrible at reading. And he appears to work well with the team.
But that's the thing. When you were saying it before, that was my first thought was. In a midfield, that's more mobility. More Liverpool mobility. Do it with Trent Alexander-Arnold because he's not great defensively. They're 3 midfielders. One of them will go and sit in and back him up. So, yeah, I think I'll probably pay him, to be honest.